Hello, I'm Candi Grant from the Kempefeld Group at Remax Hallmark Che. This is my colleague, Patricia McCallum. And today we are super delighted to have Holly Thompson, who is a business owner of Heartfelt, Hooves, and Healing. Holly is an RN, and she has this business to assist people with poor horses. We thought it was a good opportunity. So thank you, Holly, for coming and speaking with us.
Hello.
Hello. So let me ask you, people who are experiencing divorce, is this equine therapy a benefit to them? Can it be a benefit to them?
Absolutely. Equine therapy is used for lots of different things. It's a great modality of therapy, especially if there's been attachment wounds of any sort. And divorce, separation of any sort, is also a loss. So equine therapy is fantastic for loss, grief, working through emotions. So learning emotional regulation skills, noting, and building confidence, starting to redevelop our lives can be really, really scary, right? In divorce, there's, everything about our life can kind of blow up. So, different routines, relationships change, all of that sort of stuff, and finding ourselves again in the midst of all of that, where are we, who are we, sort of thing can sort of come up. Where do I go from here? Horses are amazing communicators. They're amazing listeners. Lots of people do, I'm also a psychotherapist. So, I do talk therapy too, but I really, really enjoy working with the horses and watching people work with horses, because horses, you don't need to use words. Their communication is felt. And for someone who has had any sort of emotional wounds, being felt, heard, and seen is, I think, one of the most important things. They communicate with us with their body language and their tender hearts. And there's lots of different ways to work with horses. Sometimes it's even just grooming them, but learning about how they communicate and a pressure has a lot to do with it. So horses, any sort of pressure that you put on them, their nervous systems are extremely sensitive. So they mimic, they feel everything that we feel. So if we're heightened and we don't realize that we're heightened, they're going to tell you. So in a therapy room, right, we got to talk through it, figure it out. Why am I heightened? A horse is just going to move their body. They're going to interact in a way to let you know that they see you, they feel you, they hear you. And we work from there. Equine therapy there is talking involved, obviously, but the horse follows your lead. And as a therapeutic person within being with you and the horse, I let you take the space that you need, but also guide. And sometimes that's done through different exercises that we do, where you build your confidence and your self-esteem, because horses are big and they can be scary, but they're really not at all. I do have small horses. I have miniature horses, and I have one big old guy who's been through a lot of stuff in life, and he is an amazing teacher.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. That's fantastic. That is, that's a little bit out there for some people, but honestly, animal communication, animal healing is part of the future, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I believe, I know that mindfulness is definitely a big part of when we're working with horses, right? You have to be present in the moment. And all of us get lost in the day to day. And when we're going through major challenges such as divorce, we can really get lost in the day to day, and we get stuck in our thoughts, we get stuck in our feelings, and they make us come into the present moment and just be, which is healing just on its own.
Right. Right. That's fantastic.
They are healing. They're so beautiful. I did a meditation night with horses one, and I pretty much cried the whole time. I mean, they're just so, they're sentient beings, and like you say, they feel everything, or they seem to. I don't get the opportunity to be around them very often, but sounds like an absolutely wonderful experience.
They are healing creatures, that is for certain. They have an energetic healing about them that is like no other I have ever experienced. I also do, I've done Reiki healings where there's no talking at all. And I've placed clients on the Reiki bed and let the miniature horses come over and just be in the presence of while doing Reiki. And that is phenomenal to watch. They just know, they know what you need. And I have, I don't know what else to say. I never had horses growing up. I felt this need to have it for my children. It was bizarre, this just overcoming, I want to develop this life for my kids. And in that came so much healing. During COVID, I got my first horse. I sold my ATV and got my daughter a small horse. And it was just so healing. And then we grew a farmstead, and now we have, 11 acres where I have my extended children. My horses are my extended children. And they just bring so much joy and so much healing. I've used them myself for my own healing journeys, and it is profound.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for your time, Holly. We have been really pleased to have Holly Thompson from Heartfelt, Hooves, and Healing with us today, talking a little bit about how therapy is so important in the divorce niche, if you're divorcing or separating. Thank you again, Holly, and we'll leave her contact information in the comments.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Great day.